The caller, an interesting caller, no doubt, talked about how the scheduling currently of regional transportation in Southeast Michigan is slanted towards suburbanites. It is not fair. It is inadequate for everybody who needs to ride. Clearly, you have heard those types of complaints before. Are they still out there? Is that issue still one that's out there?
I mean, the complaints are, they haven't gone away. You have people, like your caller said, in the city complaining that people from the suburbs come to the city to get drugs. You have people in the city saying that the suburban buses pass them up. You have people in the suburbs saying that the buses are bringing, narrative wealth to the community. This is Michigan. We've had...
They don't have any out there without us, right?
We had issues of racist segregation and mistrust for, since the beginning of time. None of those have gone away. But the question remains, does this region want to take a step into the next century and to the current century, 21st century, and, have the same opportunities for regional transit, jobs, and growth that other cities have? The region has to make that decision for itself. Then you have people saying, look, this is a $3 billion plan. Do we want to pony up the money? I mean, that's the bottom line.
Yes.
And here's the other thing, Cliff. When you talk about Wayne and Washtenaw going it alone, that means they're going it without Oakland's money, without Macomb's money, and a much more scaled-back plan. Mm-hmm. And some people are saying it might be worth it because then Oakland and Macomb can see the benefits of it. And some people are saying it might not be worth a try because you really won't have enough money to do anything big enough. Mm-hmm. I can't say with any more emphasis. This is for the region to decide what are your priorities. Do you want to do what other cities are doing that is bringing growth and jobs to those areas, or do we want to continue to slow walk this?
Let me take another call real quick while we still got the time, and I believe Michael is on line 3. Hey, Michael, thanks for calling. You're on with Chastity Pratt Dawsey of Bridge Magazine.
Hi, Cliff, and your guest. Now, I'm a truck driver, so I've spent a decent amount of time in Los Angeles, and by every measurable promise, the subway system in Los Angeles has been a failure. Anybody can look it up. They promised it would do this, that, and the other, and it never materialized. And if you can't get people in sunny Southern California to ride the subway system, you really think you're going to get more people in sub-degree weather in Michigan to ride it? Now, I live in Chesterfield. My problem with the original RTA was there was no plan to serve my community and communities north. When I drive outside of my subdivision, to my left, the road is paved. To my right, it's not paved. We have several roads that are still dirt roads. So my only criteria is if you're going to do something and you're expecting me to pay $210 per year, in addition to the smart bus renewal, because what they don't tell you is the smart bus renewal that we just passed in Macomb County, I think in 2014, that doesn't go away. This is an additional tax that we're going to have to pay. So if they would combine all the taxes, if they would combine and make it one bus system and show me how it was going to come out into my community, then I'll gladly pony up the money. But if they're basically saying we're going to tax you twice, we're not going to give you any service, and it's just basically going to help people south of 259, then I'm sorry. You can't count on my dollars because you're not giving me anything for it.
Interesting call, Michael. I appreciate that. What about that, Chastity? Does that...
Well, he just voiced a lot of the concerns of the people in the outskirts suburbs. In today's story of Bridge Magazine, we did bring up the fact that SMART has a millage renewal on the ballot in August, and that the RTA is going to be faced with a challenge of helping people to understand how their plan is different from what SMART is doing. But again, the RTA plan is not just how to connect your town to Detroit. It is cross-county busing, how to get from, one suburb to the next, how to get, from, one town to the airport. It's not just connecting Detroit to the suburbs. It's doing all of that. It's more comprehensive than just, connecting to Detroit. And also, when you talk about places like Los Angeles and, sunny Los, we're not talking about a subway here in Detroit.
Yes.
We're way past time for building a subway. But look at Pittsburgh. Look at Chicago. It's cold in Chicago.
Mhm.
They have mass transit. They have subway in the Elm. They have buses. They have way more than we have. They have toll roads. They have in New York. And I lived in Long Island. There was a train taking you from Long Island, a light rail taking you into the city and taking you across Long Island, which is huge. And there's so many different ways to do this. But he voiced a really loud opinion that you're hearing from the out suburbs, the rural areas. They're saying, what's in it for me? And that is the RTA's challenge to help people understand what's in it for them, because it's not just connecting them to downtown.
We have run out of time, Chastity Pratt Dawsey. I suspect that we will, 50 years from now, still be talking about the need for rapid transportation in Southeast Michigan. I wish that was not true, but I am not optimistic at all. Before we go, though, please get in a shameless plug for Chastity Pratt Dawsey and Bridge Magazine and the good work that you do.
Bridge Magazine is 2-time Michigan Newspaper of the Year. We just grew a whole lot. We have staff in Detroit and in Lansing, and our website is bridgemi.com.
And how can one be in touch with Chastity Pratt Dawsey specifically?
I am C. Pratt at bridgemi.com. I'm on Facebook, and I am C. Pratt Dawsey on Twitter. You'll hear a lot from us this year because we are doing what's called the Michigan Truth Tour all across the state in Southeast Michigan, bringing you the facts about the campaigns coming up this year.
I am looking forward to the Truth Tour, and as always, I'm looking forward to talking more with you, ma'am. And again, let me tell you, I cannot thank you enough for the time you spend talking with us, and I do look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you, Cliff, and thank you, Detroit.
All right. Chastity Pratt Dawsey of Bridge Magazine talking to us about regional transportation, and we appreciate that. We're going to shift gears here right now. One of the, I believe, most underreported stories in the country, particularly in that last presidential campaign, was voter suppression. Voters being removed from the rolls, gerrymandering, making it more difficult to vote, closing polling places, moving polling places. There is a campaign, I believe, underway in this country to reduce the opportunities that people, particularly people of color and people who are poor and people who are Democrats and certain others, to reduce their opportunities to vote. I have on the line with me right now somebody who is addressing that issue head on. Judy Kerenjeff is president of the League of Women Voters of Michigan. She's on the line with us. And Judy, it is such a pleasure to have you on the air with us. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm proud to be here to tell you about our promote the vote, proposed constitutional amendment.
Tell us about Promote the Vote. I understand there are several aspects of this that you are promoting. It goes from absentee voting to polling places to days that the polls are open. What all is involved in Promote the Vote?
There are 8 main issues, and I'll just highlight a few. But the most important thing is we're trying to make voting more accessible and convenient, and then we're trying to make sure everyone's votes are secure and counted so that everyone's voice is heard. For example, we protect the right to vote a secret ballot. We make sure the military gets their ballot mailed to them 45 days prior to the election. We allow the option of straight party ticket voting.
Mm-hmm.
We register, and right now you have to register 30 days prior to the election. We're changing that to 15 days that you can register by mail prior to the election. And then we're allowing citizens to register to vote in person through the election day. Mm-hmm. And then we're changing absentee voting so you don't have to